Hi everybody, this is the investing teacher, high school science teacher, teaching others how to invest. This video is going to be more of a blog type personal story. I'd like to get some advice from audience and see what you guys think. So just on Monday this week, I maxed out my Roth IRA and I maxed out my wife's Roth IRA. So since we're under 50 years old, we did $6,000 each. So it ends up being $12,000. My investing philosophy for now until age 50 is to be 100% in the stock market. I will be getting a teacher pension when I retire, which is more like a bond fund because it's going to be a pretty set number based on how many years I work, what my salary is at the end. So I did make a personal investing philosophy a few years ago to stay 100% in the stock market until at least 50. And then at 50 years old, I'll probably go a little bit more towards bonds and safer investments. So now that I max out both Roth IRAs, I have some decisions I need to make with the next few months of the year. The three main things I'm thinking of is one, building up more of an emergency fund because we will be having to pay for my wife's nursing school in January, and the goal is to be able to pay those with no student loans. We're looking at about $1,500 for that. Another possibility is to increase contributions to my mortgage. Since I'm a teacher in Texas, we have the mortgage certificate tax credit, which provides up to 40% of a tax credit based on our tax returns. So we've been getting up to $2,000 a year on that. We're getting really close to our principal balance being low enough where we won't get the full 2,000. We might get 1,900, 1,950 next year. So our interest rate is 4%, but with that credit, it ends up being under 3%. This is a really low interest rate. So I'm not really thinking about adding more to the mortgage at this point because it won't necessarily be a high rate of return on that. Another thing we possibly could do is add more into a car loan. We have a car loan at 2.95%, and maybe won't necessarily hurt to put a little bit extra in there in the next few months. We could also add to a brokerage account or a 529 account. We did open a 529 for my 7-year-old daughter recently, so that might be one that we're probably going to do just to bump that up a little bit more for the end of this year. But based on the main goals that we have, one is to pay for nursing school without, and this is the order priority, pay for nursing school without any student loans is number one. Number two would be then to contribute as much as I can to the Roth IRA, ideally max it. And those really the two main goals we have until my wife is done with nursing school. And she's a nurse ideally in around a year and a half. We'll be essentially doubling our income at that point, and then we could significantly increase our contributions to 401ks, brokerage accounts, and whatnot. So definitely like to see what your thoughts are on this. We are leaning more towards the 529 because it's a little bit lower than we'd like it to be, at least at this age. Our emergency fund is relatively low, and I purposely keep it a bit lower because I want to max out the Roth IRAs as much as possible. So we only have about $4,000 in emergency right now. Probably the two biggest ones will be to either add to the 529 or add more to the emergency fund so we could definitely pay for next semester's nursing school and not have any debt in that case. Anyone in the channel, definitely like to hear your recommendations, advice. There's a lot of new finance channels I've been watching and subscribing to my channel, so definitely appreciate that support. If you want to give me your support there, I'll definitely watch your channel sub to you as well and give you guys some recommendations on your channels if you'd like it. So again, I'm the investing teacher, teaching high school science teacher, teaching others how to invest. Like, subscribe, smash that button and all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys soon.